to another episode of Jeff and Joe's Puerto Rican Kitchen, where we show you how to make easy, authentic Puerto Rican recipes. We're on day 8 of our quarantine series, and today we have an easy and delicious recipe, turkey meatballs. I don't know if this has happened to you, but I have found no chicken in the grocery stores. There's some beef and there's some turkey. And so I saw some ground turkey and I thought to myself, turkey meatballs sounds like the perfect recipe. Super easy, super delicious, and we'll put a Puerto Rican spin to this one. So let's get cooking.
Yo te traigo esta bomba puertorriqueña. Yo te la traigo de Cupey, de Vega Baja y de Santurce, de todas partes de Puerto Rico.
The ingredients for today's recipe include ground turkey, fresh breadcrumbs, which is basically pieces of Italian bread that I've cut into really small pieces, milk, onion, sofrito, adobo, minced garlic, garlic salt, dried oregano, eggs, oil, olives, and tomato sauce. The first step is to prepare the meatballs. We're going to begin by adding the milk to the breadcrumbs. We want to let this sit together for a little bit so the bread absorbs all of the milk. Then we will season the meat. Start by adding the turkey, onions, adobo, garlic, oregano, and garlic salt, all together in a large bowl. Using your hands, mix it well until you have a homogeneous mixture. Then add the bread, which at this point has absorbed all of the milk, and eggs to the meat mixture, and once again combine with your hands. Now you're ready to form your meatballs. I prefer to form my meatballs by hand. Take about 2 tablespoons of the mixture and using the palm of your hand, scoop it to form a ball. It does not have to be a perfect ball, but try to give it a spheric form. If you prefer to, you could instead use a scoop like a cookie or ice cream scoop. Place the formed meatball on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Continue forming meatballs until you have used all of your mixture. I got about 30 meatballs from this recipe. Now we will sear the meatballs using a cast iron or a heavy frying pan. Turn on the stove on medium and add the oil. Once the oil is hot, start adding the meatballs one by one until the bottom of the pan is covered. Make sure to leave space in between the meatballs so you have room to flip them. Once the meatballs are brown on the bottom, flip the meatballs. Be really careful with your meatballs. It's best not to flip them until they're browned and not sticking to the bottom. This will prevent them from breaking apart. Continue this process until all sides of the meatballs are brown, then remove them from the pan. Repeat this full searing process as many times as necessary to cook all of your meatballs. When all of your meatballs are seared, then add the onions, sofrito, and olives to the same pan where you seared your meatballs. Mix these ingredients to combine them. We will use the fat from the meatballs to make the sauce. Once the onions are translucent and the water from the sofrito has evaporated, then add the tomato sauce and mix to combine. Let it simmer for 1 to 2 minutes and then add the water. Cook for 5 minutes. We will finish cooking the meatballs in the oven. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large baking tray, line up all of your meatballs. Leave a little space between each of them. Then once all of your meatballs are in the tray, add the sauce on top of the meatballs. cover the baking tray with foil. Place it in the oven and cook for about 30 to 40 minutes until the meatballs are thoroughly cooked. Remove from the oven and enjoy. Well, here are the meatballs, guys. They look delicious. Let's give it a try. They've been sitting in the oven for about 40 minutes. So good. They're super moist. They're so tasty. That Puerto Rican flavor from the sofrito and the tomato sauce comes through. It's really good. Guys, this is day 8 of our quarantine series. Stay safe. We want everyone to be safe, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of Jeff and Joe's Puerto Rican Kitchen.